After reviewing the Click & Grow 25 a couple of months ago and since then using it non-stop for all of my growing needs, Click & Grow has now released 3 brand new accessories for the device to make it even more useful. And I'm happy to announce that they have sent over all 3 of the devices for me to test and review. And this is what I'm going to do in this video. I have filmed the complete assembly of all 3 devices in detail, so if you'd like you can follow along the journey while building your own. And when this video has been released, I will have used it for a couple of weeks and will give my honest and unbiased opinion on the 3 accessories at the end of the video. Spoiler, 2 of the 3 are worth the price in my opinion. So let's begin with the review of all of the Click & Grow 25 accessories right after the intro. First, let's begin with the storage shelf, which is called top shelf on the box. This is the easiest of the 3 accessories to be built and comes in the same metal and wood look as the Click & Grow 25. And it looks gorgeous. Let's begin by assembling by laying down all the M6 screws as well as the woods and connecting them with the metal top plate. Do this on both sides and you are almost done with the shelf. Well, almost. There are also the side parts which need to be put together with the remaining screws. And that's actually it. Lift it up, put it on top of your Click & Grow 25 and you're ready to put even more plants, books and whatnot on top of it to make even more use of your own personal space. Storage drawer time. This is actually harder to assemble than I imagined. Well, the screws were a tad too small in my opinion and had to be forced in. So, lay out all of the ingredients as if you were baking a delicious cake and then the 2 sides go on first, with the up sticker in, well, the up position. Next, the other metal parts with the up sticker. Screw, oh yeah. Don't forget to add the top part with the sticker facing away from you. Screw it in as well, no problem so far. Now let's add the strengthening part to the housing to keep it from bending when there's weight added. Next up, more wood to make it stand and look all pretty. Add this on all 4 sides. Then we need the spacing parts that go between the drawer and the Click & Grow 25. Screw them in. Then it's time for the sliding hinge, which needs to be added from the inside, but screwed in from the outside. It looks very easy in the video. And very smooth. Let's assemble the inner parts of the drawer. Same as before, connect all the metal parts with screws. Place the side facing away from you in first and then lower it down. Now comes the first part that actually took quite some time. Screwing both of those parts together took more time than I thought since the screws are about 1 mm too short in my opinion. Next up, more screws, this time the only variant, wood screws. It's cardboard time. Cardboard, yeah, use the inlays that come inside the box to make a perfect spacer for the inner parts of the drawer. Put it down. The inner screws are a bit hard to reach again, but with a bit of wiggle they fit in. And now the last step. Add the rubber stopper pads to the wooden legs and place the drawer underneath your Click & Grow 25. Best get the help from somebody you actually love. It's much easier. Then screw it down to make it even more safe. The glass and fan kit. First off, you need to empty your Click & Grow 25 to be able to insert the glass and fan kit. We spilled it on our first try, of course. Then unplug the device and begin by assembling the fan and the grill with these rubber thingies that should hold everything well tightly together. While doing that, I broke actually 2 of them since you have to force them inside the openings from both ends, which is a real pain to do. I let my girlfriend handle it and she also needed roughly 20 minutes to get it to work using a pair of tweezers. Next up, insert the power of the cable of the fan into the appropriate slot. After that, it's time to insert the small glass holders into the predetermined places around the sides of the Click & Grow. and then insert the back glasses, slotting it in by beginning from the top to the bottom. Then screw all of that in. Next up are the side panels. The grooves in the glass need to be placed to the front and up to be inserted correctly. Now to the part where it actually got really frustrating while building the glass and fan kit. Those small plastic thingies holding in and allowing the door to slide open. You need to be very precise with these. First, screw them in super tightly on one side so that they don't actually move, and the other side needs to be screwed in, well, only a tad, but close enough so that the sliding door does not fall out of the groove, which actually happened more than once, which isn't great either. And the grooves, since they're only inserted into the glass and not its own part out of metal to make it more stable in the end, it's very frustrating. And even when it's installed properly, I don't think this is a good solution to make it a smooth sliding experience. Let's reassemble the Click and Grow, put the power back on, and fill in all of the plant pots and everything else you have for your gardening into the new drawer. Let's get into my final conclusion on all of the accessories for the device itself. Conclusion. As said in the beginning, 2 of the 3 devices are in my opinion absolutely worth the price tag, namely the storage shelf as well as the storage drawer. Let's begin with the shelf, which is a great addition in my opinion to fill the empty space above the Click and Grow 25 with something more lively and decorative. In my case, I added a few cookbooks that were standing in the kitchen as well as something to mix a couple of drinks from, and a plant that was actually always standing on top of the Click and Grow anyways. But there are even more things to add, such as plants from the device itself that well are already done or that need to be replanted for further use outside. I really like the shelf, since this in combination with the wood and metal really fits nicely into our apartment and makes it even more cozy and something people tend to look at. This goes also for the drawer, which I find to be a great investment as well. It's nicely built, its volume is plenty enough to add a lot of accessories and pots and whatever you like to it without being intrusive in your living room. At least in our space, it fits in very nice and it brings the Click and Grow to a much better height than when it was just standing there on the ground level. Well, and now the glass and fan kit. When it's assembled, it looks actually pretty nice as well, and the glass itself, it blocks quite a lot of light from going to the outside. And the fan, even though it's very quiet, does its job reliable without being very intrusive or even noticeable. So all in all, it is practical. And it gives the CG25 the looks of being something like a type of aquarium or a terrarium or something for reptiles. I like that. But the assembly is, and let's actually say it like it is, a bad experience. And in no way good or even easy enough for the money invested into it. The hinges have too much play and wobble, or when they are too tight, which can happen in an instant, won't move at all when inserted. The rubber thingies on the fan, I don't even want to begin with how frustrating that was. It's actually a test of your will to push forward and make them all fit together. So in my opinion, get the top shelf, get the storage drawer. Both are worth the money invested. And if you really want to, also get the glass and fan kit. Overall, it's not that bad, just a below standard product when it comes to the assembly part. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask me in the comments below and I'm happy to answer them there about the accessories, about the Click and Grow 25 or the Click and Grow 9. Have you actually gotten yourself any of the 3 accessories yet? Let me know that in the comments as well. As always, my name is Leech and I'm off writing the next scripts. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to this channel. There are plenty more of this type of content and many other things available for you to watch. Have a great day, see you around and, of course, goodbye.